So you're welcome to the maiden edition of the ATU Library Tech event. We are doing this in connection with our Microsoft partners, that is certified and prominent most valuable professionals in Ghana here, MVPs, and also that of your department, computer science department. This event is a free one, and fortunately enough, they have agreed to have more events for our students. So today marks the beginning of we having such an event with them. And we could see that you are also hearing your numbers. We expect that others are also on their way coming. The theme for today's event is demystifying Microsoft Power Platform. I am Ubedodre J, the IT support for ATU Library, and I will be the MC for this event. Now, one may ask why the ATU Library Tech event. We realize that we can also contribute to the technological knowledge on campus, because we know whatever knowledge that you have acquired, without the skills, trust me, you can also be part of the Unemployed Graduate Association. So whatever class you achieve, whether first, second, or lower, you need a skill to get employed. So we came up with this initiative, that is the ATU Library Tech event. And the tech event is set up to expand students' knowledge and skills and build network with others in the industry while learning about and trying all of the best in technology. So the resource testing that we'll be bringing on board are in the world of words. So we bring them over so that after each event, you get a chance to create a connection or network with them, so that as time goes on, when you have any challenge in practicing some of these technologies, you can just hook up with them and we provide support. Now, as we are gathered here, beautifully dressed, someone will be asking, so what will be the expectation of this event? So why are we here? And what knowledge or skill are you going to acquire? At the end of this event, these are some of the things that we are going to touch on. I'll give you highlights on the Microsoft Power Platform. Other colleagues will touch on introduction to Power Automate, understanding the practical concept of automated trigger flow. We then move on to Power Automate triggers and connectors, a hands-on session on registration flow. When the speakers themselves put the mic, they will tell you exactly what will go into these subtopics. Then you also have understanding data visualization using Power BI. As computer science students, you know how valuable data is for you. And I can tell you that we have black market for data. And if you know how to manipulate data, forget. People will be chasing you here and there so that you can manipulate or generate reports or visualize whatever data that they have. We also move on to automating all work activities using Power Automate. As I said earlier on, you are the ones to go to the industry to look out for some problems and automate that particular problem. That shows that you are real computer science students or IT students. Whatever manual thing that you see at workplace, you should ask yourself, how can you automate this? As you are going out for your intention, if you want to be maintained or called back by that particular company, or even called to come around to do your national service over there. It depends on how you turn out some of these manual works into automated one. Once you do those kind of works for them, definitely they will come after you. They will call you to come back and continue whatever you were doing with them. You start earning something before you graduate. We also have introduction to Power Virtual Agents. We'll do a simple demo how you can create chatbots without coding. We will use one of the Microsoft Power platforms, that is the Power Virtual Agent. So, one may ask, so what are the Microsoft Power platforms? We will go into that, but for now, let me introduce some of the speakers over here. We currently have some MVPs around, and we also have some Microsoft student ambassadors around. So I will start with one of the MVP that we have currently. The other one is on his way coming, is Mr. Shadrach Inusa. He's a Microsoft Power Automate specialist and a current Microsoft MVP in Ghana. He's currently working with Fidelity Bank. He happens to be Microsoft Student Ambassador some time ago. Currently, he has reached the gold level. And so he has a lot of knowledge to share with us. The other one is also a Power BI specialist. When he gets here, I'll introduce him to you guys. It's a little bit late because he has a company known as the Fixman, and information reaching me is that he has to train some students before he gets here. He is into data analysis using the powerful platform known as the Power BI. In our midst too, we have ATU students, Microsoft ambassadors. I'll start with Victor Adai. So, we also have Prince Adimado, also in our midst. So these students are tasked by Microsoft to make sure that the community grab enough knowledge surrounding Microsoft technologies. They are tasked. So after this event, they are supposed to come out with more events. They are being tasked, and they are supposed to do that. Introducing you to the Microsoft Power Platform. He said that we want you to automate work activities, we want you to do this. Before the session, we introduce you to Microsoft 365, which has several inbuilt technologies over there. You can see we have so many things. I believe that those who were able to set up their Microsoft 365, the only application that looks familiar for them will be Excel, Word, PowerPoint. This should tell you that you are lagging behind. Yes, it will tell you that you are lagging behind, because if you install Office 2016 and you just play around with PowerPoint, Excel, and Word, what have you done? That is why we are introducing you to Microsoft 365, a collaborative working tool that you can automate several activities with little or no coding. And you need that.
Beginning mine, if you are here with me, you can follow along. Okay, so in your address bar, you can search for make.powerautomate.com. Okay, make.powerautomate.com. All right, so now this is our console interface. Okay, this is our console interface. Here you can add, you can create, you can edit or delete flows here. Okay, you can also add more connectors or services. You can even train a model, an artificial intelligence model, and then add it to your flow to work. Okay, but we want to create a new flow. Okay, so you go to the create and then automated cloud flow. So if you are following, if you are not following, if you don't have your PC here, you can note these steps. It's very simple and short, so you can do it on your own when you are free. Okay, so create and then an automated cloud flow. Okay, so you click on it. Now it says that flow name, so you have to give the name, the flow a name. Okay, so we want to say the name is send an email. So we choose automated cloud flow. So we want our flow to be automatic. Okay, we don't want to push everything. So just do it by itself. So automated cloud flow. And then we'll give it a name. We'll call it send an email. Okay, send an email. That's the name of our flow. Alright. Now, this is a trigger that we talked about. So that is our condition. Okay, so we want to use OneDrive, or I want to use OneDrive. Okay, so what we are going to do is that when I add a file, okay, in a certain folder in my OneDrive, it's supposed to send me an email. That's what we are going to do. So our trigger needs to be something related to OneDrive. Okay, so when you come here, just search for OneDrive, and then you get so many options to choose from. Okay, so there is when a file is deleted, when a file is created, so many of them. Okay, so I am going to choose when a file is created. Okay, so when a file is created, and then you go to create. So there's I chose OneDrive. I chose the personal OneDrive, not the OneDrive for business. Okay, so now I need to choose I need to select a folder where my file is going to be created into. Okay, so when I open the root source, I'm going to I'm going to choose one folder. I'm choosing pictures. Okay, so I chose pictures as my root destination. Okay, now the next step is to add an action. So when a file is created, that is the condition. Then what's the action? Send an email. So you can search for send an email, you can search for Gmail, you can search for email. I'll search for Gmail because I want to use my Gmail, right? So all of these are connectors that you can use. So I want the Gmail. And here I can see send email. And right there is Gmail. So I'm choosing Gmail specifically. Okay, so send email with my Gmail. Now I need to enter the email address, and I'll choose my personal email address. So right. So now I'm sending this or whatever alert to this email. Alright. Now the subject of the email should be new file added. New file added. Let's add one exclamation point to it. And the body, so I'm going to type something simple like this is a trigger flow to send an email when a new file is added. I'm going to type that quickly. Okay, so this is my Gmail. This is the action center. Let me put it that way. Okay, the action session. Okay, so send an email is the action. We are sending an email to this email address. This is the subject, new file added, and then the body contains. I don't think you can see it well, but it says this is a simple trigger flow to send an email when a new file is added. Okay, that is what we've written there. And then one more thing, show advanced options. Okay, usually the default importance is low. Okay, so we want to set it to either normal or high. I choose high. Then I save. Before you save, you can check the flow checker here to see if there are errors. There are no errors, so we are safe. So I can save it. Now it says your flow is ready to go. We recommend you test it. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to add a new file into my OneDrive folder called pictures, and then you see if you are going to get an email. I'm going too fast. Okay. So create. Okay, we started with create. Now you go to automated flow. Okay. Then you go to the trigger. Okay. When you go to the automated, you are going to be asked to give your flow a name. So you choose a name and then you choose a trigger. The trigger I chose when a file is created with OneDrive. Okay. Now after that, you go to create and it will bring you here. Now what you have to add next will be your action. Okay, so it's a trigger and an action, right? So now the action, we are sending an email because we want to send an email when a new file is created. Okay, so we are sending an email, and then I added an email address, the subject, new file added, and then a body to my email. Okay, so that is all we've done here, and then we added a little something here, the advanced options. We set the importance of the email to high because we want to receive it right away. Okay, now you save it. That is all. Very simple, very short. We've saved it and it says that your flow is ready to go. So we are going to test it now. So I'm heading into my OneDrive. This is my pictures folder. Okay, I'm going to add a file here. So upload files, and this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to choose, I'll use this Comsa logo. Okay, and then I open. So it has been uploaded. Now let's see if we receive an email. If we receive an email, the flow works. So once again, you go to create automated flow, and then you add a flow name, and then after adding the name, you add your trigger, you add your action, and then you save. That is all you have to do.
Another test, then we say last name, you create another field, also test, then we name it email address. Okay, so we are done. Everything is working now, but for a 365 account, it's for your organization. So if you fill this form, you may know, like, if, like, as it is now, it is saved, right? It's a cloud service, that's saved. You have to open the form to
Power Apps. You are automating your business processes with Power Automate. Power BI also helps you to visualize your data or do some advanced analytics. Because when you develop an app, you have to know how many users you have using the app, how are they using the app, and other information that you need to collect. If you are developing your Google Forms or Microsoft Forms, you want to know how many people have completed the forms. If you are talking about the school, which levels are we having? So you can do all these analysis using Power BI. So let me introduce myself a bit. So I'm Thomas Festo Studio. I'm the lead trainer and then the founder of First Man Learning Hub. I'm also a Microsoft Data Platform MVP. I'm also a Microsoft Certified Power BI Analyst. Now, professionally, I'm also a chartered accountant with the Institute of Chartered Accountants Ghana and Chartered Institute of Management Accountants UK. And Microsoft came with this Power BI platform that's going to empower organizations to get insights from their data. And when it comes to data analysis, most of us, we analyze our data. Sometimes you can sit back with the expenses, maybe academic life, you still analyze it before. So that's something that we do every time. And Power BI is one of the platforms that's going to help you to do that, these kind of things. And now we have seen most organizations requiring people who have experience in Power BI.
So it has the OneDrive for business analytics. Click that one. When you click it, you should see your Excel stuff. All the Excel you've created, you should see it there. Do you get it? I have my ATU student DB. So when you click it, you should see it there. Okay, he has seen it. You have not seen it. So click on another one. Click on this one. Let it go. That's your Excel database. That's your Excel. So just click on it. If you have any pop-ups, just close them because we don't need the pop-ups. We good? So click on the database. I mean, just go ahead. Click on the databases. Click on the databases you created. The Excel sheets you created. Click on them. When you click on them, it will give you an option to select the table, right? Click on them. So watch the screen. I click on them. I click on it, and I have an option to pick the table. You see the table we created. Select it and connect. We are creating an app. That's all. We are done. Yes, so now we are waiting for the system to create an app. So when it's done, you have your app created. The rest is up to you to design the app. You can create an app also from a sheet, okay? I mean a normal sheet, like paper. You can draw, then you capture it and you create an app from it. It's something that was launched this year. I think that was 2 months ago. Okay. Yeah, so I have an app. So this thing, just skip it. So I have an app created. This is a simple application. I mean, you should all have it open. Okay. So you have the navigation where you can see your screen. So now the app is created. Now I'm taking you through the screens. I'm taking you through the app, the platform, for you to understand. I mean, in case you want to go and try your hands on it when you go home. When you go home, try your hands. Those of you who want to take it serious, take it serious. Because that's what I took serious, and I'm here. Yeah. So, one, you have this pane here. This side has the screens. In Android, we call them layers. Different screens. When you open your iPhones, when you open your WhatsApp apps, and you tap on something, it opens another thing. It opens another. They are screens. Okay. We call them layers in Android. It's the same thing here. So if you look on your left hand side, okay, tap on them one after the other, you see the screen will be changing. Okay. So the first one, what the first one does is that it's showing the data in the system. The second one shows the detail of the data when you click on it. In your apps, always when you want to see the data of someone's stuff, you tap on it, then you see the data, right? So it's the same thing. If you tap on it, you should see it on the next screen. If you want to edit it, you should see the screen this way for you to edit. So did you do anything? We didn't do anything. The app just created from scratch on its own within seconds. Do you get it? Right now, we have here is where we customize the app. So let's say we are going. Are you ready? Look on the screen. So let's say I want to change this thing. Okay, because I mean it doesn't look good. Just come to the left side. We call it the property pane. Just come there and change it to what? ATU students DB. Okay. So you see, then you tap enter. It will change. You are working in the cloud. You don't need to do anything. But this case, you can use Control S to save. Control S. As you are working on normal Word or stuff. You can use Control S. So see Control S. it will be saved. And this is the first time I'm saving, like Word. Give your app a name, ATU Students SD. DB. So you give your app a name, then you save it. So Control S, you give your app a name and save it. Are you done? Control S, CTRL plus S. That's Control S. CTRL plus S on the keyboard. So when you are done, okay, you just Control S, save again. And this application can run everywhere. On your phone, on the machine as well, like everywhere. Just share it. Sharing it means you want to share within the organization. So let's say your 365 account, you've added 25 tenants on it. When you click share, they will all see the application. But now it's only you, so you don't need to share it. You have to use it on your own. So you are the owner of the application. So this is a simple application created with Excel. But normally we encourage the application being created with SharePoint list. Okay, you are saving the application, so enter the name and save it. Assist yourself, so I have to be quick. Okay, so I added a data to it. Now let me go to my SharePoint and go and see if the data I added has been updated in the as a SharePoint Excel, right?
Excel online.
So you see the data has been updated. The data I added in the app. So the more you load data in the app, it keeps updating here. Do you get it? If you delete it here, you refresh the app, it will be deleted there. So the app is sitting on this database. It's just an application sitting on a database. That's all we did. So this is the application. You can do anything you want to do with it. You can change the color of this. I want to get this. This is a rectangular something. You can change the color to this. You can do anything to the application. You can, the save icon, where is the save side? This is the browse screen. This is the detail screen. Okay. So this is a save button. If you want a save button itself, you can go to insert. So I'm just brushing through the interface for you to see how it works. You go through the insert, you can get icons that you need. Okay, you see a save icon, you can bring it in, then you put it here. Okay, you can put it here. Just look for the code behind this and copy it. The codes, we call it Power FX. Okay, if you don't understand or you don't get a code for something, all you need to do is Google it. Just Google Google is where you get the documentation for Power Apps. Okay. In the documentation for Power Apps, you can search for what you need. Maybe how to save into a form. Okay, so how to save into a form is submit form, then into bracket, the form name comes in. So you can just copy it. And when you want to save something, we pick the on select of the particular icon. Okay, so this is the icon, right? I've selected it. Then I'll go here. Then I'll go and look for on select. The on select is false, right? So I will have my code there. So this one is like Excel. One thing about this is like Excel. It works like Excel. So in case I put something here, maybe I change this to 6, I can save it. Okay, it's the same thing. The reason why it's giving you this, if you're having this, means you should close your Excel. You are having your database open at the same time you're having your open on the same browser. So close the Excel before you save it. I mean, I've seen some of you having that issue. So just close the Excel, then you save it. So now it's saved. If I go in there and I open the Excel, I'll have the number changed from the app. So it has changed to 6. Okay, so that's what happens, right? Alright, so now we have an app created, right? We are done. For those who want to use SharePoint, I'm not going to show you how to do it. I'm just going to show you how to create a SharePoint list and use it in your app. That's all.